In this module, you will learn about Gandhi-Irwin Pact and failure of the Round Table Conference. Under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, the civil disobedience movement spread across the country like wildfire. He encouraged people to fight for Swaraj and oppose the British rule in a non-violent manner. The British got worried by the growing popularity of the movement, and so they began arresting all prominent Congress leaders. In April 1930, Abdul Ghaffar Khan, a political and spiritual leader and follower of Gandhiji, was arrested. Angry people took out demonstrations and protests to oppose Ghaffar Khan's arrest. In retaliation, the police opened fire, in which many people got killed. At some places, soldiers had also staged resistance against the British regime. For example, in 1930, the soldiers of the Garhwal Rifles had refused to open fire at an unarmed crowd of peaceful satyagrahis in Peshawar. In May 1930, when Mahatma Gandhi got arrested, several industrial workers in Sholapur attacked the government buildings and offices. Frightened and shaken, the British government responded with a policy of brutal repression and arrested thousands of satyagrahis and even attacked children and women. On seeing the widespread violence, Mahatma Gandhi decided to call off the civil disobedience movement in 1931. This decision disheartened the people who were taking part in the movement with a lot of zest. On the 5th of March 1931, Mahatma Gandhi entered into a pact with Lord Irwin, the Viceroy of India. This pact is known as the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. As per the pact, he agreed to participate in the Round Table Conference to be held in London. On the other hand, the British government agreed to free the prisoners. In December 1931, Mahatma Gandhi visited London, but he came back disheartened as the negotiations did not reach any final decision. On his arrival in India, he found that the repression of the British government had taken a new turn. Several Congress leaders, such as Jawaharlal Nehru and Abdul Ghaffar Khan, had been arrested. Moreover, the British had declared the Congress an illegal party and clamped down on all protests, public meetings, and demonstrations. This made Mahatma Gandhi relaunch the civil disobedience movement. This time, though, not many people participated in it. Consequently, the movement completely lost its momentum by 1934. You have now reached the end of the module on attitude and perceptions towards the civil disobedience movement. In this module, you learnt that the British government clamped down on the Congress leaders and protesters in the civil disobedience movement. In 1931, Mahatma Gandhi decided to call off the civil disobedience movement and signed the Irwin Pact. Mahatma Gandhi attended the Round Table Conference, but the negotiations failed in the conference. Mahatma Gandhi relaunched the civil disobedience movement, but by 1934 the movement died out.